You know there's a saying that goes, age is just a number. But let's be honest, sometimes it feels like more than that, doesn't it? Maybe you've walked into the kitchen only to stop and wonder, now what did I come in here for? Or perhaps you've been chatting with an old friend when suddenly the name of that movie you both loved escapes you, even though it's right there, just out of reach. We've all been there. And if you're over 70, you might worry these little moments mean your brain isn't what it used to be. But here's something wonderful science has discovered. Your brain at 70, 80, or even beyond is far more resilient than you might think. In fact, with the right habits, you can keep your mind sharp, your memory strong, and even discover new ways to stay mentally agile for years to come. That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Because staying smart after 70 isn't about complicated brain games or expensive supplements. It's about simple, everyday choices that fit naturally into your life. And the best part? Many of them are things you'll actually enjoy doing. So, let's get started with some of the most surprising and effective ways to keep your brain in top shape. 1. Move your body. Your brain will thank you. Now, you might be thinking, I know exercise is good for my heart, but what does it have to do with my brain? Well, it turns out everything. Think of your brain like a garden. Just like plants need water to thrive, your brain needs steady blood flow to stay healthy. And the best way to get that blood pumping? Movement. It doesn't have to be intense, no marathons required. A daily walk around the neighborhood, a gentle swim, or even dancing to your favorite old tunes can work wonders. Here's why. When you move, your heart sends more oxygen-rich blood to your brain, which helps nourish brain cells and even encourages the growth of new connections between them. Studies have shown that regular physical activity can improve memory, focus, and even slow down age-related decline. And there's another bonus. Exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that lift your mood. A happier mind is a sharper mind, after all. So, if you've been sitting too much lately, try this. Set a small goal, like a 10-minute walk after breakfast. You might be amazed at how much clearer you feel afterward. 2. Feed your brain the right fuel. Now let's talk about something we all love, food. What you eat doesn't just affect your waistline, it directly impacts how well your brain functions. Have you ever heard of the Mediterranean diet? It's not a strict, depriving diet. It's a way of eating that's been linked to better brain health in older adults. And the best part? It's full of delicious, satisfying foods. Here's what to focus on. Healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, and nuts, especially walnuts, which are packed with brain-boosting omega-3s. Fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, or mackerel, great for memory and focus. Colorful fruits and veggies, think blueberries, spinach, and bell peppers, which are loaded with antioxidants that protect your brain cells. On the flip side, try to cut back on processed foods, sugary snacks, and too much red meat. These can cause inflammation, which over time can fog up your thinking. Here's a simple trick. Next time you're at the grocery store, fill most of your cart with foods that come from nature, not a box. Your brain and your taste buds will thank you. 3. Challenge your mind. It's never too late to learn. Now, here's a myth we need to bust. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, guess what? Your brain loves learning no matter your age. Every time you tackle something new, whether it's picking up a hobby like painting, learning a few phrases in Spanish, or even figuring out how to video call your grandkids, you're creating new pathways in your brain. This is called neuroplasticity, and it means your brain can adapt and grow, even in your later years. You don't have to enroll in a college course, unless you want to. Small challenges work just as well. Try a daily crossword or Sudoku puzzle. Read a book in a genre you don't usually pick. If you've always wanted to play an instrument, now's the perfect time to start. The key is to keep it fun. If it feels like a chore, switch to something else. The goal isn't to become an expert, it's to keep your brain curious and engaged. 4. Stay social. Your brain thrives on connection. Here's something fascinating. A long-term Harvard study found that people with strong social connections had slower memory decline than those who were more isolated. Why? Because conversations, whether they're deep discussions or just sharing a laugh, stimulate your brain in ways that solitary activities can't. When you chat with a friend, your brain is actively listening, responding, and even recalling old memories. It's like a workout for your mind. If you've been feeling a little lonely lately, try joining a local club, book clubs, gardening groups, or even a walking club. Scheduling regular calls with family or old friends. Volunteering, helping others is a fantastic way to stay engaged and purposeful. Remember, it's not about having dozens of friends. Even one or two meaningful connections can make a big difference. So far, we've covered 4 powerful habits: staying active, eating brain-friendly foods, learning new things, and nurturing social connections. And the beautiful thing? These aren't drastic changes. They're small, enjoyable tweaks to your daily routine that add up over time. But we're just getting started, and we'll dive into even more surprising ways to keep your mind sharp, including one of the most underrated and easiest habits of all. Until then, why not pick one of these tips to try today? Maybe take a short walk after dinner, swap that afternoon cookie for a handful of nuts, or call an old friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Your future self will thank you. You know, when I was talking with my friend Margaret the other day, she's 78, sharp as a tack, she told me something that really stuck with me. She said, "Getting older isn't about losing your edge, it's about finding new ways to keep it." And isn't that the truth? In the first part of our conversation, we talked about how moving your body, eating the right foods, learning new things, and staying social can all help keep your brain in great shape. But today, I want to share a few more surprising and honestly delightful ways to stay mentally sharp after 70. These aren't the usual tips you hear everywhere, but they're backed by science, and best of all, they're things you can start doing today without any fuss. 5. The power of a good night's sleep. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Sleep? At my age? Good luck with that. If you've noticed your sleep isn't what it used to be, you're not alone. A lot of us find ourselves waking up more often or struggling to fall back asleep. But here's the thing. Sleep isn't just about resting your body. It's critical for your brain. While you're asleep, your brain is busy doing its housekeeping. It's clearing out toxins, organizing memories, and even problem-solving. Ever gone to bed with a question and woken up with the answer? When you don't get enough quality sleep, those processes get interrupted, and over time, that can affect your memory and focus. So, what can you do? A few simple tweaks can make a big difference. Try to keep a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid screens, TV, phone, tablet for at least an hour before bed. The blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. And if you do wake up in the middle of the night, don't stress. Keep a book by your bed, a real one, not a tablet, and read for a bit until you feel sleepy again. The key is to relax, not fret about the clock. 6. Laughter, the best brain medicine. Here's a habit we don't talk about enough. Laughter. It's not just good for the soul, it's a full-on brain booster. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins, those natural feel-good chemicals, and stress hormones take a nosedive. Even better, laughter increases blood flow to the brain, which helps keep your thinking clear. Think about it. When was the last time you had a real belly laugh? Maybe watching an old comedy like I Love Lucy or sharing a funny story with a friend. Those moments aren't just enjoyable. They're good for you. So, make it a point to bring more laughter into your day. Watch a funny movie or your favorite classic sitcom. Spend time with people who make you chuckle. Don't take life too seriously. Find the humor in everyday moments. As the saying goes, you don't stop laughing because you grow old because you stop laughing. 7. The magic of music. Now here's one of my favorite brain boosters, music. Whether you're listening to it, singing along, or even playing an instrument, music has a remarkable effect on the brain. Studies show that music can improve memory, reduce stress, and even help people with dementia reconnect with old memories. Ever heard a song from your youth and suddenly been transported back in time? That's the power of music. It taps into parts of your brain that words alone can't reach. Here's how to use it. Create a playlist of songs you loved in your 20s or 30s. Nostalgia is a powerful brain trigger. Try learning a simple instrument like a ukulele or harmonica. Sing in the shower or along with the radio, no talent required. And if you really want to supercharge the benefits, dance. Moving to music combines physical activity, coordination, and joy, all in one. 8. The art of mindfulness. No meditation cushion required. Now, I know the word mindfulness might sound a little trendy or even intimidating, but stick with me. At its core, mindfulness simply means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. And it's one of the best things you can do for your brain. Why? Because our brains love to wander to the past with regrets, to the future with worries, or just to that never-ending to-do list. But when we practice mindfulness, we give our brains a break from all that chatter. Over time, this can improve focus, reduce stress, and even enhance memory. You don't need to sit cross-legged for hours to reap the benefits. Try this instead. When you drink your morning coffee, really savor it. The warmth, the aroma, the taste. Take a slow walk outside and notice the colors, sounds, and smells around you. Pause a few times a day and take 3 deep breaths just to reset. It's not about emptying your mind, it's about being in the moment. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. A quick recap. So far, we've covered how sleep cleanses and recharges your brain, why laughter is like a mini workout for your mind, the surprising brain benefits of music, how mindfulness can sharpen your focus and ease stress. These aren't chores to add to your to-do list. They're simple, enjoyable ways to invest in your brain's health every single day. In the next part, we'll wrap up with a few final and powerful habits, including one that might surprise you: how embracing a sense of purpose can actually protect your brain as you age. But for now, why not pick one of today's tips to try? Maybe put on an old favorite song while you make dinner, share a funny story with a friend, or just take a few deep breaths and enjoy the moment. Small steps lead to big changes. Why? Stress and negativity can cloud thinking over time, while gratitude shifts your focus to what's working well. It's like giving your brain a refreshing break from worry. Try this. Each night, name 3 things you're grateful for. They can be tiny: a good cup of tea, a phone call from a friend, or the way the sunlight hit your favorite chair in the afternoon. Writing them down is even better. It reinforces the positive pathways in your brain. 12. The importance of letting go. Yes, really. Finally, here's one of the most liberating ways to protect your brain: letting go of perfection. As we age, we sometimes pressure ourselves to remember everything, multitask perfectly, or keep up exactly as we used to. But stressing over slip-ups actually hinders your brain more than the slip-ups themselves. Instead, try this mindset. If you forget a name, laugh it off and ask again. If you're learning something new, embrace being a beginner. It's how brains grow. Focus on enjoying activities rather than doing them flawlessly. A relaxed brain is a receptive brain, bringing it all together. Let's take a quick look at the ground we've covered. Movement, nourishment, and sleep form your brain's foundation. Learning, socializing, and laughing keep your mind agile. Music, mindfulness, and curiosity add joy and depth. Purpose, gratitude, and self-compassion nourish your spirit, which in turn nourishes your brain. These aren't rules. They're invitations. You don't have to do them all at once. Start with 1 or 2 that resonate most, and let the rest follow naturally. A wise 94-year-old once told me, "The secret to staying sharp isn't in a pill or a puzzle, it's in staying interested in life." And that's what this is all about. Your brain after 70 isn't winding down, it's refining itself, deepening its wisdom, and with a little care, continuing to surprise you in the best ways. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, as you finish your day, take one small step from what we've discussed. Maybe call a friend and share a funny memory. Put on music from your youth while you tidy up. Or simply jot down something that made you smile today. And if you've enjoyed our time together, I'd love to hear in the comments. What's one tip you'll try first? Your ideas might inspire others too. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe so you don't miss more conversations like this. But most importantly, keep embracing each day with curiosity and kindness. Your brain and your future self will thank you. Here's to living fully at every age.